Well, the hangar project, the hangar remodel is, for all intents and purposes, complete. So I thought I'd do a walkthrough. I've had some friends asking for a video, and that's what we're gonna do. So when I moved in, there was a structure here and it was built horribly. There was a steel mezzanine, and then there was cinder block around it. There was a second floor. It had ugly siding. It had shingles on it. I don't know what the previous owner was thinking. And it was all crooked. All of the door openings were out of rack. I mean, the thing was just horrendous. So the only way to fix that situation was just tear it down. There was no way to salvage what was there. Plus, starting scratch, I'm able to build exactly what I want. So anyhow, this entire thing got tore down and I started from scratch, and this is what I've ended up with. So if we come over here, we'll get a kind of a straight on view looking back at the hangar. So what I've got is about a 15-foot by 24-foot shop space inside there. There's a bathroom, which we'll see in a moment. That's kind of behind there. That's the utility closet door there. Then I have 2 flights of stairs going up to an upper deck area. And then my office is in the upstairs area there. I've got some cabinets here. I have a couple more cabinets coming. There are some short uppers that were taking a long time to get here, so those aren't here yet, but those are gonna go there. But for the most part, these cabinets are in place. And so let's talk about the floor. I had the concrete floor. Originally, there was like this blue colored epoxy coating that was kind of in the middle of the hangar, just where your airplane would go. It was ugly. I don't know what they were thinking there. So I had all that stripped off, and I had the floor polished, the concrete floor polished. I had them stop. So you'll notice this wall here is not done. So when I said earlier the hangar for all intents and purposes was finished, well, this is the unfinished wall. Come next spring or so, I'm going to finish this wall here, and then I'm going to epoxy coat this. You can see where they stopped the polishing. From here over where I parked the RV and where I have some of my equipment here, I'm gonna do a black epoxy. And what I'm thinking of doing, which I think will be pretty cool, is at each end, so at this end, as an example, this faces south, I'll put a 1-8 for the runway marking, 1-8, and then going back that way, I'd have a 3-6, and I might put some white centerline stripes down the middle, just to kind of give it a cool airport theme. Still kind of working out what those details are gonna be, but that'll happen next spring-ish. But I had the floor ground down and polished. I had them go to an 800 grit polish. You can do concrete floors that'll go clear up to 3,000 plus grit and get an absolute mirror finish. Obviously, this is a workspace. I want it to look good, but I also don't really care if it's a mirror finish because it's gonna get dinged up and worked on. So I just had them go to an 800 grit. And you can see it gives you a nice reflection, kind of a little bit of a matte finish, but you still get good reflection. What's nice is it's easy to mop up, sweep up, and clean. You don't have to worry about if you drop any tools or anything on it. You're not gonna chip up epoxy. Also with epoxy these days, they put those flakes in there, and if you drop any small hardware or something, little screws or bits, it's hard to find them. With this polished concrete floor, you drop something, you can see right where it is, pick it up. So I had them do that. Let's go in the shop space here. So here's where I have about a 15 by 24 foot space here. Got my cabinets back up there, lots of storage. I wanted to make sure I had plenty of storage to keep things organized and put away. I don't like clutter. I don't like things looking cluttered. This way I can keep everything in its place. All the cabinets have doors. Things can be nice and hidden away, tucked away. In here, I did an epoxy, just a single color, light medium gray epoxy. I had them roll the epoxy up on the walls and do this cove baseboard. So they roll it up to about 6.5 inches, and it's all continuous epoxy. That's nice because you don't collect dirt and stuff on the baseboards. You can just mop or sweep up everything, keep it nice and clean. You'll notice here, I've got a 12-foot by 8-foot glass garage door. And the reason for this was I wanted to be able to have this space separate from the hangar at certain times, but maybe I want to open it up and kind of have it part of the hangar. My thought being in the summer months when it's, I'm here in Arizona and it can be 117 degrees in the summer. Maybe I don't want to keep the hangar AC, keeping it too cold because it's obviously quite expensive to do that. But maybe I want to keep the hangar like say 88 degrees where it's not too terribly hot. But in here, if I want to do some work, I still want to keep this comfortable. And I can keep this at say, 73 degrees. I can roll the door down. It's a double paned door, so everything's nice, well insulated. And I can keep this space conditioned nice and cool and have it separate from the outside or from the hangar. But then in other times of the year, like now in the winter time, I can roll this door up. In fact, let's roll it up. I can roll the door up and then I can have a nice easy access between the hangar and the shop area. It's a little better flow, more continuous. So that was kind of the thought process with that. I'm real happy with how that turned out. Over here, I've got a fridge. I've got just a little kitchenette, I guess you'd say. There's no sink here. I do have a sink in the bathroom, but I've got a microwave coffee maker. That's a little pull-out trash bin and just an upper cabinet for some storage and a base cabinet and a drawer. Got my TV up here, 75-inch TV. It fit perfectly in that little space right there. So didn't really plan on putting the TV there, but once I got everything in here, I'm like, what am I gonna do with this opening there? And a 75-inch was a perfect fit. So I put that in there. I've got my black glass whiteboard for brainstorming and drawing sketches and whatnot. I've just got a little sample sketch of a robot arm that we worked on a year and a half ago. The bathroom, come in here. My dad made this vanity. I gave him a picture of something that we had found online and he duplicated it perfectly. In fact, I think he made it even a little better. So he made this for me. Turned out really nice. We've got Orville and Wilbur Wright. And nothing special in here, just a nice bathroom. Got the white tile, hexagon tile on the ground, and just a black ceiling. I'm going to trim this out with barnwood cedar around the perimeter of it. I think that's going to be a pretty slick look, but that's something that I'll do at some other point in the future. I guess I should turn all the lights on. So there we go. Hi. Here's the bathroom. Oh, by the way, I have shop air. I'll show you the compressor in a moment, but I ran air through here when they were in frame up. And I've got an outlet here. So if I want to do any work with air tools in the shop space, I've got a nice connection there. And I also have a hose reel, also with a connection here. So I've got a 50-foot hose reel here. And then we'll see in a moment, I've got a 50-foot hose reel over there as well. What I don't have here yet, I have my drill press. I have the steel base for it out getting powder coated right now. So I don't have that here. Normally my drill press is going to go here. And all my tools, all my workbenches, everything is mobile. Everything's on wheels. So like my bandsaw on wheels, my drill press on wheels, my workbench here on wheels. My welding table, also not here, it's getting powder coated, that's on wheels. Everything on wheels. Even the workbenches in here, all on wheels. I can roll things out, I can reconfigure the space, I can put them out on the apron with the hangar door open, get a nice open area in here, I can clean, sweep up the floors, clean everything up, roll it back in. One thing I learned in my old place was I always having to move things around and dragging tables on the ground. I hated it. everything on wheels. Toolboxes, I mean, if it's in here, I'm putting it on wheels. That was important to me. So anyways, the drill press will go there, and I've got a couple other tools that I haven't brought over. I've got a sander over there, and I've got my sandblaster and stuff. Again, those are going to be on wheels, and I'll find a place for them. But right now, I'm just kind of storing what I haven't figured out yet over there. Let's see, what else? We have, I guess we'll talk about the utility closet. So back here, I wanted a space to keep my air compressor and keep my welders and just all my junk. You're always going to have junk in the shop, and I don't want it visible. I don't want to be looking at it. So I figured a utility closet was a great place for that. Here's where I ran my compressor. By the way, that's a California Air Tools compressor. That thing is amazing. It is super quiet. It's one of their ultra quiet series. It's a 4-cylinder direct drive. And especially being in the closet here, it's super quiet. You really can't hear it. And that's great. I ran the Max Air shop air system. That's these blue lines. That's just a couple feet of extra hose I had. It all goes in the walls everywhere it needs to go. I've got, like I said, I got that hose reel out there. And then it goes out to a hose reel here. It goes into the shop. And then of course I've got a port there if I want to just connect a hose in for whatever reason, if I want to run something out here. Up here is my AV cabinet. I've got a rack. I've got an amp in there. Couple amps actually, and that's where I'm doing all my audio. On that subject, I do have in-wall speakers here. I have Polk audio in-wall speakers here. I have a couple speakers, Polk audios up there, one there. I have 2 Klipsch speakers in the ceiling there, and I have one in the bathroom. And I'm running them all off of a Crown 300 watt amp, which is an amazing amp. And also just, I think I have an old Yamaha that I'm using to run a couple other speakers. I got a subwoofer over there. I've got a powered sub here. I'm gonna add some satellite speakers at that corner and that corner at some point in the future. But really good audio in here. It sounds phenomenal. I can't play anything for you because YouTube will give me a copyright strike. Let's go upstairs. 2 flights of stairs to this upper deck area. Now up here, the thought here was just a seating area, nothing special. I haven't put in yet, I'm gonna put in some kind of a light, some kind of a chandelier or something cool here over the table. Haven't quite got to that yet. But here for the upper deck and the kind of the catwalk around the office there, I did a stainless steel cable railing with a black powder coated hand railings and posts. I got these from City Post. Bought this as a kit, basically told them what my linear feet was, how my stairs went. They packaged up a kit for me, sent me a kit, and I got this installed in about 2 days. It was a really easy install and it looks fantastic. Really simple, nice and clean. Down here is just a little bit of a walkway. This is in front of the office. Nothing special here. I just didn't want to be able to, I didn't want the office just to be glass and not be able to have access out into the hangar. Here I can come out here and kind of have a look at the hangar. Now here, I guess I should have shown you from down there, but from here we can see, this is commercial storefront glass, double paned. And it goes from the floor and it follows the slope of the ceiling up there. And this is all custom. I had this all custom measured and cut. And then here I just did a double door so that they open both ways. I can, in the cooler months, I can open up the doors and have just a nice open feel into the hangar from the office. Got a nice 3-panel painting of a radial engine there. I saw that at a antique shop here in town. I had to have it, so I snatched it up, and then I've got some other artwork here. These pieces of art are amazing. They're printed on aluminum. It's an aluminum substrate, and I'm not quite sure how they do it, but they're real glossy and they look amazing. Coming into the office here. So what we did here is just an accent wall. I just did a black wall, framed it all out, make it just an accent wall, something nice and simple. Over here I have my desk, got my Mac, got a PC there for any PC work I need to do, bookcase with all of my lens and camera collection. I've got most of the cameras I've ever owned. There's a handful that aren't on the shelf here, but going all the way back to 1986 with the Kodak disc camera. Remember those? And then all my lenses. And then over here, just books. Nothing special there. And then I've got a leather reclining sofa. This is my cousin has the same one, and I was at his place this summer, and I was like, what is this thing? I have to have it for the office. And he told me what it was. I ordered one up, and it's amazing. It fully reclines. You can almost turn it into a bed. Each side is independent. Over here, we have this hutch. I had this hutch at my old place in the living room, and I didn't want to get rid of it. I really liked it. But I did have to paint it. It was more like a mahogany or a dark brown before. Of course, that wasn't going to go with the look that I got going on here with the black and white. So I repainted this. And right now I just have a little 50-inch in here. My plan is to put a 75-inch in here, but I'm in no rush to do that. So the 50 is what I get for now. Now check these out. These are Delta galley containers, also called Atlas boxes. These were used by Delta. I don't know what type of aircraft it was, but something in their fleet. And these were converted into end tables. And they look really cool. Got two of them, one on each end. My girlfriend got me those. She was kind of a surprise. She had found these and worked with my cousin to get the legs put on, and it's perfect. I needed some end tables for the end there, and after having these now, there's nothing else I would want. They're perfect. Now this window here overlooks the backyard. Eventually we'll have the pool. We don't have the pool and everything put in over there, but we'll have the pool. I'm gonna have a deck built on outside the hangar. And right here where this bookshelf is, there's gonna be a door. It's all framed in and ready so that whenever I do that work in the backyard, we'll be able to cut this out, we'll put that door in. Of course, I'll have to rearrange the furniture and change it up in here, but that way we'll be able to come from inside the office, go out onto a deck and overlook the backyard pool area. But I'm a couple years out from getting to that point. Also in here, I have a suspended track light. Goes all the way around the perimeter here with LED heads. Provides me some nice lighting in here. I guess I didn't mention air conditioning. So I have mini split up here. There was a mini split downstairs in the shop area, and there's a mini split right here. There's going to be another mini split over there when I finish that wall. I'll end up having 8 tons of cooling combined for the hangar, shop, and office space. And that will let me keep this place very comfortable in the summertime here. They are heat pumps. I can turn on the heat, but really out here in Arizona, there might only be a month or so of the year where I might want to kick on the heat a little bit. So there we go. This was about a 6-month project from start to finish. We started this in June and just about finished this month with everything. So it was quite the project. No real snags. Everything went fairly smoothly, surprisingly. I really expected there to be maybe some more problems, but everything went really smoothly and really happy with it. Let me talk about these cabinets really quickly. I got these from garagecabinets.com, and I researched cabinets for weeks and weeks. I don't know how many hours I put in researching shop cabinets or garage cabinets. Ended up at garagecabinets.com, and oh my God, I am so glad I went with this. These cabinets are phenomenal. These are powder coated MDF. They have a process by which they powder coat MDF using UV instead of heat to bake it on. And it makes for an extremely durable finish. Of course, they're boxes, and you can choose different colors and different styles from them. I went with the black and the brushed pewter cabinet boxes. The brushed pewter boxes are all a melamine skin, and then the powder coated MDF, butcher block tops. Check out garagecabinets.com. No, they're not sponsoring me. I just am absolutely amazed by their system. They have an online 3D design tool. You can drop cabinets in and see what it looks like with different colors, different, move things around. I did them for this here, these cabinets in here, and of course the cabinets I had over here. And I am so happy with how those turned out. I'm really glad I didn't. There was a couple others I'm looking at, and now that I've gone with this system here, I'm so glad I did. I'm gonna also do their system with some cabinets over there, and I like them so much, I'm gonna do them in my garage as well. So garagecabinets.com, check them out. Phenomenal stuff. So there we go. I guess that's about it. There's your tour of the hangar and shop and office space that I have been working on all summer. Really, more than just 6 months. There was about 3 months of design and planning that went into this as well. And I started that about the first of the year. So this has kind of been, between 9 months and 12 months off and on, really getting this hammered out. But there we are. Last thing I need to do is finish out this wall. Hopefully I'll do that next spring. And then the hangar is officially done at that point. I wanted to get this done before I build my Rans S21 kit. That comes in about 6 weeks. This area here is where I'll be doing all my fabrication and building work on that airplane. And I'm really hoping to get that airplane done in 2 years. I think I can do it. We'll see if I can actually pull that off. So there we go. Thanks for watching.